Quote of the week: the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Welcome, everybody. It's Jason Barlow, RMT. I'm here today as your therapist and coach to help you transform. Important word. Transform your stress, your tension, and your pain into what? Nothing else other than health, happiness, and vitality. Today's quote is a powerful quote. It truly had a massive impact on me when I heard it earlier this year. During this COVID shutdown, I took it upon myself to follow through. Important word, right? Follow through on something that had been on my mind for over a decade. I'd been wanting to write a book. I'd contemplated how I'd piece this together, the types of messages I'd want to put in there, the core of my philosophy. And during this shutdown, it gave me a chance to get really clear on that message, and more importantly, to put pen to paper, or fingers to keypad anyway, and follow through. And this was the quote that really did it for me, is because I was essentially in this mind trend or habit of thinking, well, I should have started this 10 years ago and I didn't, no. And we wallow, right? We wallow in our self-pity, and we think about what could have happened had we have started that 10 years ago or 20 years ago, as the case may well be. I'm here now having lived through this a little bit, and it's just the starting point for me on a professional level, certainly. But I'm going to implore you that the best time to start what it is that you're thinking about doing is right now. Don't put off your New Year's resolutions until January 1. Do it right now. There's a lot to be said about planting that seed of your goal, your dream, and your aspiration. Nobody can take that away from you. You've got to be the one that plants it, though, and forget about the past in that regard. Just apply what you know right now. And there's another great one out there, ready, fire, aim. That was another big one that supported this, because I was always thinking, ready, fire, right? I'm looking, and I'm failing to pull the trigger. So we've got to go ready, fire, aim, in the sense of get ready, but take action as immediately as you possibly can, and then make corrections. Stop tripping yourself up. Stop sabotaging your goals that you're trying to achieve, and just get after it. Get hungry and get after it just as soon as you can. So don't even wait until this video is finished. If you want, click me off right now and go do what you think you need to do. That's the core of my message for today. But for those of you that are sticking around, I'll go a little bit deeper. So what kind of tree is it that you want to plant? This is a beautiful quote, but what is the tree? What is that seed that's important to you? Now, once you plant it, just think of planting an acorn. If you plant an acorn in the ground, what is your job after that? To stand over it and scream and yell and criticize? No. You provide the raw materials for that acorn seed. You provide the water. You ensure it's getting suitable sunshine. You make sure the soil is cultivated. You remove any weeds from the ground that's going to choke that seed, and you provide it with all the materials that it needs in order to survive and thrive. It's the same for you. In order to survive and thrive, you have to cultivate and provide the essential materials for your dream to come true. Those raw materials, for me, number one, is your mindset. The very thoughts that you are feeding your body is determining whether there's healing or disease happening. So for anybody that's struggling with any kind of pain or disease right now, I implore you, just immediately focus right now, right this second, on the thoughts that are coming up in your mind, and then observe your mind for the rest of today and pay attention and even document and journal. What are the thoughts that are coming up frequently that seem to be out of your control? And then what is a 1% change that you can make right now that you can apply every day to help yourself transform from stress, tension, pain into health, happiness, and vitality? That 1% change that I'm talking about Another term that's being used now is what we call an atomic habit. What is a new atomic habit? So tiny you can hardly see it, but so influential that in the long run, you keep applying that same atomic habit. 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now, the growth is exponential. And I wanted to finish with a wonderful story that I heard again during this COVID shutdown about the bamboo tree. If you take a bamboo seed and plant it in the ground, provide it with those raw materials that we've been talking about, the water, the sun, removing the weeds, cultivating and making sure that that soil is healthy, in that first 0 to 5 years, you're going to see very, very small amounts of change, tiny growth. But with patience and perseverance and continuing to provide those raw materials, 1% change, that atomic habit that we're talking about today, year 5, it is known that certain breeds of bamboo can shoot up as high as 30 feet by year 5 or in year 5. That's huge. So you've got to think long term. The results of what you've got going on right now didn't just happen necessarily overnight. For the most part, most people's health dysfunction, most people's health complaints and issues have usually culminated over years and years of poor choices by way of posture, lifestyle, mindset. They're not going to change overnight directly, but with planting the right seeds and cultivating them with the raw materials that we're talking about, your mindset, how you recover, with respect of movement and activity, with respect of the foods that you feed it, those are the raw materials that you can help yourself to transform your stress, your tension and pain into health, happiness, and vitality. Remember, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Stop lamenting. Stop dwelling and exaggerating over what you could have done, you should have done. Forget all of that and just focus on what you can do right now. Thank you for joining me. It's Jason Barlow, RMT. Please go to my website, jasonbarlowrmt.com. From there, you can download my free book. It's a digital copy that's free. You can just put that onto your smartphone, your computer. Most importantly, you got to digest it. You got to take it on and actually apply that medicine that I'm sharing with you in there. From there, you can also, if you prefer to have a paperback edition to carry with you, or you want to spread the word and dish them around or give them out as Christmas gifts, it's around the corner, folks. You can go do that at Amazon. Just put in the 15-step playbook for pain relief. There's a Kindle edition or my paperback edition too. One last thing, I also have a great program called First Aid for Pain Relief. It is my top 6 recommendations for each body part. I've put it into 8 different body parts, from headaches, migraines, to neck tension, shoulder, arm issues, hip pain, back pain, leg, foot, and ankle. And what I've done is I've given you my best 6 choices of activity. We're also including stretches, exercises, and self-massage techniques. And right now, up until December 24th, 2020, I have a promotion going on. You just have to put in the coupon code SAVE50, SAVE50, when you go purchase one of those on my website, and you'll get 50% off those costs. This is a limited time only. First time I'm doing it this year. To find those resources, my First Aid for Pain Relief programs, you just have to go to my website again. It's www.jasonbarlowrmt.com/shop. Say that 3 times fast. Just go to my website. You'll see the shop title on there too. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate your time. And remember, your muscle health is my #1 priority. Take care.